Still been trying to set up both the, whatchamacallit. Just give me a minute. Sorry about that. Like I said, just give me a minute. I was trying to do like dual setup. For some reason, I don't know. I've been having like the hardest time to get that to work. So that's what we were trying to get set up. So just give me a minute. Man. I thought this long was going to pop a while ago. Let's see. Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get another retest. We're trying to stay above that 20. Not really sure we can go to the upside. We may hit 57 and stop. We tried to long that while ago, but. All right, so let's get my stuff here. I thought I had my TikTok thing set up. Let's see. Like I said, kind of a little on the slowness of getting set up here. Did I hit the wrong damn thing? I did. Just give me a minute. So far, I mean, we've already been kind of trading tonight. I mean, we're basically up $100 at the moment. All right. I got to pay attention to the time here also, guys. Time with seconds. What's up, Tanya? How are you doing? Like I said, guys, just give me a minute. We're still just trying to get our stuff set up. We don't have to be in no hurry to trade this time session because this crap is slow as out, all good out. Pretty slow, pretty slow. We've actually been taking we've taken a couple little winners, a couple little smaller losers here and there. We're trading super small. I went in heavy one time off the 92 from earlier. But for most part, we've just been trading one micro, sometimes two, looking for, 10 points, 5 points, whatever. As you can see, I've been getting hit hard in fees in this crap because I've been taking so many little small trades. So I have like $70 in fees, which is insane. Oh, good old fees, guys. Gotta love the fees. Hopefully everybody had a decent trading day. Today was pretty tough. So what we trade in the evening here is our Prodeus accounts. So these are small, 25K with just like $500 worth of drawdown. So this is why we trade them super small, just because they don't have a lot of drawdown in it. And so they're static accounts. So what happens is the larger you can gain in profit, the bigger your stop loss is. So I start off with a $500 drawdown. So right now we're up to $952 in drawdown. So there shouldn't be no reason why we shouldn't be able to pass it, but we still got to make another $1,000. But these are lifetime accounts, so they don't renew. So that's one of the biggest reason why I'm a big fan of the Prodeus accounts, because there's not a lot of companies out there where you can buy a eval and have to worry about it renewing month after month after month. With these accounts, they never renew. And if you can catch them on sale, and that's usually what I wait for, you can usually get their accounts for $8. So this is also a European or Britain business, but they do pay out. And they also use the old Apex payout method for anybody that's like traded Apex in a while back. So what happened is once you get to payout, you can request $1,000 and leave the $500 buffer in there. Uh-oh. What's up, Outer? Yeah, like I said, I've been taking trades probably since 5 o'clock today. We've been taking little small not 1 point traders, but trading one micro. We went in heavy, like I said, one time, but we're up $107 tonight in this Prodeus account. Shit, I did better tonight than I did in the New York. New York, I was getting destroyed today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the struggle bus the whole time. It was so hard trading in New York today. It was so choppy. Unfortunately, right after I got off, the freaking market took off. I was so annoyed because I was at my daughter's house and I looked at the market. I was like, you son of a bee. As soon as I walk away, man, this thing just went straight up. It went up like 200 points. I knew that was going to happen. That's why I point that out with the one accounts. Let's see. Let me find them real quick. Oh, here we go. So this is why we pointed that out today. Look, it was just pretty much in a range this evening. Look, this was the low from the New York AM, then pretty much just straight up freaking over 200 points from the time lunch part entered, just straight to the moon. Man, I knew that crap was going to happen because that's pretty normal. Anytime that we consolidate or just have super choppy price action during the AM, the lunch hours is going to get the good move if you got enough patience to wait on it. So I was hoping we'd get a little bit more little volatility here leading into the Tokyo opening. How was everybody else's trading today? Did everybody else have an okay day, or was it pretty tough? No, I just took it for 10 points. I'm methodical and got out. We took that first one we took a little loss. That first one I was on the phone with you, we got long and it came back and stopped me out. Then I got long again. So I'm pretty much back where I started at the 107. So I would drop back down to like 180 because I took like a little loss here and then I hopped back in and got it back. So I didn't really make anything off of it. So just back where we started. Yeah, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more volatility. What I was actually hoping for during the in this session is we sell down to that low from the PM session all the way down to the 200. This is where I was hoping we would go this evening. Take out these lows here. Or if we got moving down low, look for maybe to take out these 30s where you have like these 4 or 5 candles, or maybe this low here. So I mean, there's still a chance we can move back down. Let's see. If that holds right there, this could be the... I mean, that's already down 16 points off of that crap. So, little doji candle here. See if we push back down to retest the 21 EMA here. Let's see. 28. I don't know if we, let's see. We're just going to be looking for 10 points. And actually, we may even only going to risk like 9 points here. We'll risk 10 points. So 10 points to make 10 points. The only thing I'm worried about is we hit that wick right there. Is gold? See, I've messed around with gold a little bit. I heard gold's a lot better during the nighttime. Do a lot of you trade gold? This is the 5-minute time frame, and we're trading super small because we're fairly new to trading this time of the night. And like I said, we've been trading for a while tonight. Actually, we've been trading probably since a little after 5 o'clock my time. So. And just taking little base hits here and there. So, like, I think the highest that I've got up to was 119 tonight. And before I tried this little short, we were at 107. But we're just jumping in on one micro, looking for 10 points. And that's only because I'm fairly new to trading this time. And so I don't want to like dig myself in a hole. So we just look for just small base hits. It's not pushing down as fast as I want it to. I was hoping this 54. I feel like you'll be protected if I have a bigger stop loss, but I just don't want to risk that much more on this if we don't have to. I don't really want to risk more than like, what, $2 a point. So that's only like 24 bucks, $22. We can take a look at gold. There's a lot of people here trading the gold. I know we can't trade, what is it? The full minis with gold, because what is that, like 100 points? What kind of a ratio are you trading there, Two Stones? Like, I'm assuming you're trading micros with gold, or are you trading full minis with gold? Micros. How many micros do you trade per account? 5? Woo, that's still pretty steep, man. What is that, like $50 a point? I mean, it'd be like similar to trading the ES there. Sorry about that. Come on, give me that 10 points, baby. I knew we could get it. We just had to be patient. Nice. Yeah, we can little 10-point bangers here and there. So we're up to 125 for tonight. Nice. I wasn't sure. I mean, I kind of had a feeling we'd get. I wasn't sure about the 25. I didn't know if we would push through these wicks, but I still want to find an entry that this is a good 5-minute trend line that we've been building up all night. Man, I've been wanting to try to find a short where we push all the way down to the 225s. Uh-oh. All right, I'm gonna be a little patient here and wait and see if we can get this trend line break on the 5-minute here. If we can get back below the 21 EMA and see if we can get a nice push where it kind of looks like this, where we push below the 21, maybe pop back in it to find support, then kind of print below it and see if we can find another short here. So this level right here, see, this was a level that I have marked out on my thing, but it's actually at 57. So I would have kind of missed that one. And that's the only reason why I like the short, because I like the fact that we hit that 57 area. But we didn't quite hit the 57, so we missed it by a few points. So what we're doing is just waiting to see if we can break this 5-minute trend line, because I was hoping that the volume would be a little bit more like volatility during the once Tokyo opened. We got that nice little pop or something, but we didn't really get that. We just got the little pop up, then didn't get the pop back down. How was everybody else's trading today? Did everybody survive at least without blowing up your account? I mean, we pretty much were just going back and forth with all of our trades today. We were just going red, green, red, green, red, green pretty much all day. And I didn't take profit on a lot of trades. That was probably the one mistake that I made today, is like there was one trade that I was up like 70 points and I only took 30 points out of it. So that was one of the things that you had to do today, was take profit, because we had no follow through. Everything was just kind of whipsawing back and forth. For anybody that trades Tokyo, you definitely have to be a little bit patient here. Let me put my YouTube chat over here. That way we can see it. Wait a minute. It's at 7:30. I was a little bit early on that one. All right, so another candle print. Like I said, we're looking for a candle to close below the 20 here. And below that, I wouldn't even mind seeing it close below that 24. Let me put some of my stuff on here, trend lines, so I can see my trend lines here. Yeah, 22, 24. Where is that at? 28. Thank you for the follow, Lefty. What's up, John Boot? Like I said, guys, just got to be patient, wait. That's the whole key of trading the Asia market. You got to be like super patient. I mean, there's profit to be made. I mean, we're up 125 in the Asia market. We've been taking trades here and there for the last little bit, but now we're just going to stick to one micro and just try to just see if we can get a few more dollars. I wouldn't mind at least getting another like $40, maybe get over $500. That'd be kind of the next little milestone for this account, to get over 500. I want to say I know I can't get, I think Methodical Man, didn't you have issue getting gold on your Quantower charts with Pideus? Didn't you say you had to download something to get gold with Pideus? Like, I think I would have to switch over to my, what do you want to call it? Ninja charts. You never could get it on there? No. I know you had issues with it. Like I said, I'm looking for the 5-minute to either break back above 55 or to break below this trend line here. So that's kind of what we're waiting on at the moment. I mean, that's the only kind of downside to trading this time of the night. You just got to be like super patient. Some of these trades you can sit through. It's better to be patient than get in a trade and be stuck in a trade, because if you get stuck in a trade in the overnight, man, you could be stuck in this thing for hours before you can get out. Oh, I got to make sure I watch that one TikTok thing, because they'll close your trade down. So we're still building up the 5-minute trend line. I'm thinking once we break this trend line, man, we're just going to get a nice flush. So that's kind of what we want to see. So as you can see, we got this nice, good 5-minute trend line. So we just got to be patient. Hopefully we catch it before we have to get off the charts here. Wow, what a push. Either that or we can maybe, if we can print above 55 here, then maybe 56. We could possibly look for a long there. But man, it's hard to believe that we would rerun those 443s again. That would be your AM high low, or 408s would be a target up here. A print above that 55, that is a print above the lunchtime high. Then the next level up from there would be 408. But I'm short bias. I just feel like, man. But who knows? I usually trade on Ninja Charts D. But during these slow nights, I use my Pedaeus accounts, and so we trade on Quantower. Pretty good night. This is probably the most that I've made in the nights, and I don't know how long. So right now, look at these fees, man. I got hammered in fees today. That kind of tells you how many trades we took tonight. We actually made $195, but we had like almost $65 in fees. Those micros were kicking my butt in fees tonight, guys. That's what happens when you take a lot of like 1 and 2 point trades. Like I said, just give me a minute. Above 55, we're looking for longs. Back below this trend line, we're looking for shorts. So above that 55 level, that is your lunchtime high. If you use the ICT kill zone, so it kind of marks out the different time frames of during the daytime. And so if we can get above 55, we could possibly target the 408s or even up to 440s. Down to the downside, if we can get below this trend line, get back below the 21 EMA, we can maybe, I'm going to try to hold a longer trade where we try to target the previous low, like the 65s, or even the low lows all the way down at 230 or 200. But like I said, trading the Asia market, or this is the Tokyo market here, you just got to be just patient. That's all. This is the type time frame that you just drink coffee and watch charts. Or drink some tea. Got some tea right here. How long we been trading? Almost pretty much 2 years, pretty consistently. I did it like 1 day a week for like 6 months. Now this time of the sorry about the phone, guys. This time of the night, we pretty much I've only been trading consistently just for a few weeks. Sorry about this. I have to send a text. What's up, McDonald's? Oh, what about McDonald's? Oh, goodness. Come on, methodical man. I don't know. I say about what 3 weeks, methodical man is about when I usually started trading the overnight session pretty consistent. I don't think I've missed too many days. Nope, nope. This is from uh this sub restaurant called Pork Bellies. It's a fairly new sub shop over at the Walmart campus. Yeah, for anybody that thinks Walmart's going broke, look up their Walmart campus. That thing is just insane. That thing's like a city. That thing is bigger than the city that I live in. Like it's bigger than my downtown city. It's like it's basically a college campus is pretty much it is. I mean, I guess they wanted to be similar to like Google and Apple because I guess those big companies have campuses. So I guess Walmart wanted a campus too. So if you're just joining us, we're waiting on. We just have to be patient here. We're either waiting for a break print above 55 or this 5-minute trend line that we have breaking here. We want to see us print back below the 21 EMA. So that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. For anybody that's new to trading Tokyo, trading Tokyo is all about patience. You got to have plenty of patience to trade this time frame. There's a lot of just sitting here being bored, listening to music, drinking coffee. That's kind of what I do to pass time. Then I've recently started streaming it. I haven't really done this consistently. I did it a little bit the 2 weeks ago, but I've been kind of getting home late, so it's been kind of hard to stay consistent with the Tokyo. Or either that time 7 o'clock gets here at nighttime, I'm not motivated to trade it. That's usually, or I'm not motivated to stream it, I guess, because I still trade it because most of the time, Methodical Man, the other streamer that's in the lobby, most of the time we're on the phone together, holding each other hands and, getting through the trade together. So I don't know who's holding whose hand, but we're holding each other's hand getting through the trade. So he was streaming tonight, so I didn't get to take the trade with him. He didn't want to take the trade with me this evening, so I had to take it solo. He missed out on some profit, I bet, too. I had a long setup on the 65. I actually even took it a loss, but I had to take it twice. I didn't expect this big wick because I was looking for a long off the 92, and we ended up just barcoding like crazy in this area. So we took a long off of 92, got stopped out on the first one, but we retook it once we kind of started pushing back above it for another 10 or 20 points. I'm trying to think where else we took trades. We done took quite a few. What's up, Big H? Thanks for the follow. How was your day, trading day? Did you fare well today during the New York session? I'm not going to lie, I struggled pretty bad during the New York session today. All right, I'll bring over my one little page and kind of show you where I'm getting the levels at that we're looking at. So this is what we're waiting on. All right, so what it is, I use ICT kill zone and pivots as my levels because that's kind of like running the previous low and previous high of the previous trading sessions. So you can see this evening during the lunch hour, we ran the AM low and it was off to the races for the rest of the day. And like I said, we just happened to leave, so we missed all of this. So we didn't get any of this because we weren't at home. So this was during the London session. So you can see how we were just wicking back and forth during the New York session. It might look like that's a clean move down, but trust me, it was not. It was just dirty, dirty trading today. I mean, look at all these wicks. It was just gross, especially in here. Wick, 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 wick. I mean, it was just so tough. We did get a little movement after the AM session, but I'm pretty sure I didn't take this. It was like by then we were just pretty much just watching the market. So this is another possibility here for this time of the day. So I go back and look at all these time frames. I've gone back and looked at like a whole year of the way the market moves. So, you know, if you like trading, you just like trading. So it doesn't bother you to go back and just stare at charts for hours. So anytime that you see us in the middle of this PM session, we could stay in this spot the whole night. And I can go back and show you examples since we're just sitting here bored. So look, you're in the middle of the PM session. What happens? Consolidation, no movement all night long. So this is the type of price action you could end up for the rest of the night. So don't get stuck in a trade because you can be stuck in that freaking thing for the whole night and only get 10 or 15 points of movement. Same here. Look, in the middle of the PM session, what happens? Just consolidation all night long. So, and the Asian market's supposed to be your consolidation time. And then you're supposed to get a kind of a manipulation during the London. And then during the AM in the New York, you're supposed to get the dump. So this is this is our type of price action, what I like to see because I trade the New York AM session. So, you know, you get big movements in Asia usually, and you just, a lot of times you'll get chopped. So it was almost reversed on this night. So you had, maybe there was a manipulation during the Asia market, consolidation in the London market, then decent movement in the AM session. So this is why I usually don't trade the lunch hour because usually we get consolidation during the lunch hour. Then in the PM, you get the bigger moves. So this one thing I've noticed too, if you're lucky enough to catch the break below the PM session during the Asia market, most of the time we do not go back above the PM session until London. So you can almost take a nice short if you can open up, like get on the Asia market, but this only usually happens maybe once or twice a week. And we already had it. I think we had it last night, actually. Yep. So this was the move last night during Asia market. Look, we got below the New York PM session right there. We retested it one time at that time, and it was just one big old dump fest. So that's the bread and butter move that I love. This is my favorite trade to take in the London or, you know, the Tokyo session if we can get that. And you had two opportunities because you also got below the New York AM session too. But we'll hang out here for another 30 minutes or so and just see if we get any price action. If not, we'll be happy what we got. Like I said, we're already up over $100 for the night, and so I'm okay if we can't get another trade. Well, hell, we just got below this. We just got below the 21 EMA, so we may short this trend line here. What do we got? This is a brand new 5-minute candle, so let's just see if it holds here. No reason to jump in early. So maybe another trend line. Got a little wick. Was that wick at the 26? We still got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Where's our? Let's see. So the low was 303 and the high is 355. So it's 55 points. So that's kind of the range right now for our Tokyo session. It's 55 points. Oof. No, I don't do any live call outs in Discord. Everything I do is live either on TikTok or YouTube and DB. I don't really like, I'll tell people where I'm taking my entries, but you know, like with anything with trading, you know, you kind of, you know, I don't sit here and like charge people for Discord or anything like that. But I do have a Discord if you want to join. I have a lot of free indicators and stuff on there. I mean, but we don't do call outs or anything. So most of my trading is usually taken in the AM session. So most of the time it's taken around the opening 15 minutes, not opening 15 minutes, but the 15-minute candle from 8 to 8:15. And we're taking all of our trades off of the 5-minute candle. Man, this thing's looking super bullish, this move up. Now, I also will take trend line breakouts, but I'll put my line on here, but I won't tell people when I'm entering. And that's only because of the delay that's on TikTok and YouTube. So you got about a 5 to 7 second delay on YouTube and TikTok. So it's really hard to tell people when you're taking breakout trades because they usually happen so fast. And, you know, I could enter here in 7 seconds, it could be already here. So you're already like 10 points off. So with the breakouts and like, you know, breakout like trend line breaks and stuff, I don't usually say much about them. The only thing I do as far as that, I will put a line here and, you know, everybody just kind of takes it at their own risk. So I did like this trend line break. The only thing is we really did not break below that previous candle. Nope. Okay. I can be done with my phone. Yeah, I would like to. Let's pop reward so I can get I want to see us pop the 55 here. That's what I'm waiting on if we're going to push up. I need to see a 5-minute candle print above this level here. Then maybe we can either target the 93s. We can target this first big down wick here. Or, let's see. We got 408. That's the high from the AM this morning. And for the lunch high, it's all the way at 444, which I think to get up there, you're talking about all the way into the London session. Yeah, we would have to print above the 55s here. And then you would have all these wicks as support. So that's just the way I usually look at it whenever I talk about getting above the 55 level. So if you print above 55, then have a little pushback. So then you got like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 5-minute candles that it's probably going to constantly bounce off to help you kind of stay in that trade. So you're saying you're trading a SPY now, or the S&P? Are most of you guys already flipped over to the next set of contracts, or are you guys still on the New York contracts? Not New York contracts, but the 25 contracts. I'm hoping in the next 2 days the market gets back to normal. So the market's going to be off for maybe tomorrow too. So this is rollover week. So anytime we have rollover week, the market it can be super tough to trade. Most people don't even recommend, like some of these like guru type traders probably don't even recommend trading rollover week, just because the price action is super whipsawy and you just don't have that good, nice, clean movement. If you're new to trading, but if you've been doing this a while, you know that rollover week is usually a fairly tough week to trade. Yeah, I do follow the ES. I do have an ES chart up that we look at because we usually follow Adam Manzini levels quite a bit. Actually, I think it's on my Ninja charts though, but we can put the ES over here. Yeah, that would be a good spot if you could pop that 90s that you're talking about. If we can pop up here, we can run those. No, that's 57. You said you were looking for 85? Yeah, it wants a nice Christmas move up. Heck yeah. No, that's all the way. Oh, you're targeting the AM highs. Nice. Heck yeah. I wish we could hop in the freaking NASDAQ and get those highs. That'd be like a 100-point move. That'll be one of those things that just get and just walk away. But this is how I usually get my levels too, Dan. I just use the indicator. This way I don't have to go look for the highs. I can just click over here and just see it. So it makes it very visible. Unfortunately, we could just be stuck in this zone, and we might not get there until the London session, unfortunately. So See, I don't know much about the option things. What are you trading options on? I've had several people come in my lobby trading options, but I know very little about the option market when it comes to that. Like, where do you take your option trades at? Where do you put those on? I mean, are you using like Ninja or Tradeovate, or can you trade on options on those? I guess so. I've seen options on a Quantower here. So it has an option session here. I've just never messed with it before. You trade on the Weeble. See, I've never used Weeble either. So when you take option trades, are you holding those like all day long? Like, are you holding those like for a long period of time? I've done very little option trading. I know some people make good money at it, but I've never done it. You trade options too? Okay. On nasty trades? I've never heard of options on nasty trade. What the heck? You hold them for about 30 to 45 days? Holy goodness. Man, it would have to take a while to do that. To be able to hold trades for 30 and 45 days. Okay, it says I made 4K today. If that six will hit, and I'll make 17. Wow, dude, that's insane. Yeah, it's just a very different model, man. Yeah, I hear people making good money off options. I just don't have a clue about it. Pretty good today, trades. We're making small profits over here. Nothing to write home about. We're up 125 in the Tokyo or the Asia market. Most all of our trading was probably from the opening until about the Tokyo Open, and now we've just kind of died off. So now we're just kind of trading sideways. So, and everybody's just chatting about different stuff. Heck no, I did take that short last night because it got below that PM session. I want to say I took like 10 points, man. We didn't hardly get anything out of that trade. And I was so annoyed because as soon as I got out of that trade, it dropped it dropped down over 100 points. Oh goodness. Let's see. Where did we get short at? I remember getting short. It was somewhere in here right before the Tokyo Open. I want to say it was on this play here. It was. So we had a little flag play right here. I remember because I think I was on the phone with Methodical, man. We both took this. So had this little trend line break here. We took like 10 or 20 points out of it, and literally just minutes later the bottom fell out. Are you financially independent? What do you mean by like just do I make my living off of trades? No, I don't. I make money trading, but I don't. It doesn't like support me trading. No, most of my income comes from like multiple different incomes. So from streaming, also I work off the side. We also have a business and a rental business. So just like 4 or 5 different like income streams. So I don't usually do this a lot in the evenings. Most of the time, I'm already kind of burnt out from the day because most of the time I usually just do this for like 2 hours in the morning. Then the rest of the day we're just kind of busy. So I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow if I'll do it tomorrow evening. I just didn't have nothing going on this evening, so I just thought I'd just hop on here and just watch charts with whoever wants to watch charts. So I don't give anybody like financial advice or anything. I just get on here and just talk about charts and trading and what I do. I don't like, I would, I'm not someone that's charging people for like, entries. Like, I know there's a lot of like paid entry services on Discords that I know I see people advertising. So I don't do anything like that. And we usually don't do like call outs, but I tell people what I trade and what works for me. That's most of the time what I'm doing. So a lot of times also on breakout trades, I'll usually won't say anything about breakout trades because of the delay. So I know there's like a 5 to 7 second delay on TikTok. And if you're telling people that you're taking these breakout trades on these momentum trades, they would be way off because it could break out here. You hop in and the time they see it with that delay, it could be already 10 to 20 points below that. And Discord may be better. Maybe that's why people, what 317 entry was that you were talking about? Is that from the last night trade? Yeah, like I said, I didn't take much off of it. So what we've been trading in the, if you're new here, what we've been trading here in the evenings is our Pedeas account. So Pedeas will run a sale around the holidays where you can pick up evals to practice or trade evals for $8. Like these counts only cost $8 a piece. They're a super, super move. Yeah, super, super cheap. But hopefully they'll put them back on sale around Christmas or the New Year. And they have the old Apex rules. So once you get to your take profit, you can take out 1,000 instead of 500. So, and these are static accounts, so I have to trade them small. So you only start out with a $500 drawdown. So the drawdown is super small. So you really got to strictly stick to the 1 and 2 micros until you build a buffer. Yeah, we're following this trend line up, man. Dan, I know you're looking for the long up there, but man, I'd really love to see us break this trend line. But man, we're about to break the 55s here. Might have to hop in long with you and hold. But we got to see it print, then retest this area, maybe retest these wicks, then maybe we can look for long after that. And we're only going to jump in with 1 micro, so just know that. 1 micro only. All right, so we did get above the 55. So that 50 area, like these wicks will be my line in the sand too. So we got about 35 seconds left on this candle. Let's see. We can pull fib on this candle and see what kind of pullback we get. All right, 12 seconds. Remember, you do not want to get in over leveraged in this nighttime trade. Oh no, damn it, TikTok. TikTok was trying to shut my thing down. Oh, there we go. Had to do that little puzzle. There's the retest. See if it holds. There's the 23%. Still at the 23%. So wherever that wick is, that would have to be my stop loss. So this is why we're trying to get as close as we can to this. All right. Woo, that thing bottom fell out. All right, so that's 50%. You really need to see the 50% hold here. This is why I always pull Fibonacci on my candles. A lot of times if you lose 50% of the candle, it's moving back down. This is why we didn't buy the breakout. So we never buy. Every time we buy the 5-minute candle, we always pull Fibonacci on the candles, and we're looking for between the 20 and 50% to hold up on the previous candle. If it gets down below 60, I don't even usually bother with it. I just take it back off. And that's the percentage when I'm saying 60 percentage. That was the 60. You can see it hit the 60 on the dot there. Yeah, the bears are trying to hold on. I hate how big that stop loss is, though. Son of a bee. Uh-oh. I don't know if we should try. I'm just going to take... I don't think we're going to risk more than 10 points on this trade, so we'll just risk 20 bucks, and this way we'll still be over 100 bucks for the evening. Let me move this so I can see. If we risk that, that would be, what, 25? I can figure what. I was up 125, so if we can risk 25 bucks on the loss, what is that? About 15 points? So right there at it. So 10 plus 5 more. Yeah, 15 points. So 30 bucks, 30 bucks. So we're risking 30 bucks on this trade. You can see how much I'm losing and what we're at. So if you're just curious, I'm hoping it don't have to pull down to test this 21. It looks like we're going to get hit here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get tapped. Oh, the last minute. Come on. Oh, it was so close. Oh, goodness. Come on. We need all these wicks here to save us. All these wicks here. Most time it would never get through these wicks. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle. We need to see this new 5-minute candle just bulldoze to the upside here. No. We don't want to see no red. So I think if we lose the trade, that'll push us back down to about $95, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in the 90s. Shit, this thing could be here. This thing could be sitting here for 30 minutes. Whew. So if you're just joining us, guys, I usually just trade like 1 or 2 micros usually in the PM session, because a lot of times what happens if you get pretty far like in the negative in this time of the night, it's really hard to dig yourself back out. So it's better to take smaller trades, say looking for 10 or 20 points with just a few micros, 1 micro, 2 micro, or something similar to that. And that's usually what we do on at this time frame. Man, I'm thinking we push all the way back down to the 30s right here. A lot of times we like to retest these EMAs here. Right now, we're just $20 in the hole on the account. Right here is where you see the open profit target loss, and this is the total P&L here. This was the $500 static account that I was talking about. You only get $500 in drawdown starting out. And right now we're at $447. So we almost got $1,000 in drawdown. Well, $900 in drawdown. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out here. All right, so that pushed us back down to 91. The 55 didn't let us have it. The 5-minute trend line play still in. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I must have closed it out. We have 4 of these Padeas accounts. Yeah, if you're new to trading and you're looking for something cheap, just keep an eye on Padeas around the holidays. They usually will come out with accounts that cost like $8, and I don't think you can get any cheaper than $8 to be able to just practice trading if that's something you want to do. Yeah, this is why I trade small at this time of the night, Dan, because these accounts are super small. You got to think these accounts only cost $8 a piece. You have to make $1,500. And so it's a static account. So you get $500 no matter what. The more that you make, the bigger the drawdown gets. So and they're lifetime accounts, so they never expire until you pass them. Either pass them or fail them. Yeah, you definitely cannot overtrade with these accounts. I mean, dude, you can trade one mini and F these accounts up with just like a 25-point move. You know, if you're starting out. They're through Padeas. They're a European company. I just started using them last month because I know people are getting payouts through them. They also just started their own like YouTube TV too. For anybody here that's from the European market, that's where they're out of. And they have the old Apex rules for anybody that's old Apex. They're Prodeus, Wayne. Sorry I didn't see your message there till a little late. Ooh. What is that? 33. I like the move honestly down to the downside better if I had a choice. I mean, I only like it because of this huge dude, we're just building trend line liquidity up right now for the 5 minutes. And most of the time you'll get this 5-minute break and you might have to wait till the top of the hour or next 15-minute candle to see what happens. A lot of times you'll get your decent move at the top of the hour, but we've already had the top of the hour. So it's already about 15 minutes in. We may try one more trade here in a minute. We'll have to wait and see what kind of... I'm just not sure if we're just going to have the momentum tonight. I feel like we're just going to be stuck trading sideways tonight. Or if we do look for an entry, we may just try 10 points. Especially if we can break out the bottom here. Break back below 30. And print. We would have to print below 30. Or print below the 21 EMA. Print below the trend line. We're not going to take the breakout below. You think that was the retest there at the 21 to move back up? It's very possibility. We could be building up like a little bull flag here. If we create a little bull flag, I'll definitely try it too and look for 10 points. But that'll probably have to be my last trade because we're probably going to be risking like $40 on it. We don't want to... my goal is usually whenever I trade these accounts to at least make $50. So, because if you make $50 a day, that's basically $1,000 a month on these small accounts. So, and if you're copy trading, it's even better. So copy trading 4 or 5 accounts on wherever you are using, say Prodeus. So make $50 a night with 5 accounts and make, once a month times 5. I mean, a lot of money. I was copy trading in the past, but I just never had that much luck with it. It seems like I tried copy trading and I would just get wrecked because I was not over trading, but over leverage. We're trading the MNQ or the NQ on minis because we're trading small accounts. So we're only trading basically 25Ks or $1,500 in drawdown. So, or this account, you only got $500 in drawdown. So the drawdown is even less on these accounts. So the drawdown is very, very little. Ooh. The last trade that we took, we lost about $30 on that last trade. These are Quantower charts. If you watch me during the AM session, I usually trade on the Ninja charts, Ninja Trader. In the evening, I trade on Padeas because I'm really not that fast with trading these Padeas charts. I'm just not that used to them, so we don't usually trade. There's 54. I'm sorry, I missed your message there, Wayne. All right, another trend line test. What is it? Dan, are you the one that said you were looking for the 85s on the ES? Yeah, I think it was you. Yeah, Dan was the one looking for the 85s on the ES. So, like I said, we just took a little small loss with the micro while ago on that last trade. So, that puts us down to 91. How long have you been holding your trade, Dan? I think you put that in there a while ago. What kind of length do you usually hold your trades? Like, what is your average like hold? So when you trade your accounts, are you pretty much trade holding those for like? So this is the bottom of the 15 minutes from early this morning. Which 15 minutes are you trading? Are you trading the 8:30 or 9:30 to 9:45, or it says, could you please provide a MNQ chart and use it to make a trade? I don't guess I understand what you're asking me there. This is March contracts for the MNQ or the NASDAQ. It's basically the micros of the NASDAQ. What's up, Aaron? How are you doing? How was your trading day today? I had a struggling day. Let's see what this next 5-minute candle has to offer. About to have a new 5-minute candle here. Where's the top of your 15-minute range? What is those numbers? 680.56. Oh, that's right. You're on the ES. Okay, you're looking, yeah, the 680 for those highs. Dude, I think you can probably gonna have to wait till the London session to get that many points. I mean, 30 points in the ES during this Asia market is gonna be tough. Oh. You can hold till tomorrow at 4:30 before they expire. Okay. Is there anybody else in the lobby trading options? Oh, sorry. Woo. Got 2 minutes left on this candle. I wouldn't mind getting another little 10-point trade here. Let's see if we can get it back above the 55s here. This is where we took that long while ago and got stopped out. If we do, it may be later tonight because we are building up a really big, nice 5-minute trend line here. But it could be all the way into the London session. Yeah, I've done very small options before, Dan. The only ones I ever done, I done that on the options where I buy 100 shares and I uh, gamble against the shares to go back down. Like I would put the shares up for the whatever premiums. Like I would just make the money off the premiums. So I forgot what that option's called. I know there's like two different ones, but that's the only ones I ever done, and that's probably been 5 years ago. It's been quite a while back. So I would mainly just make my money off the fees. You know, the fees that you would get covered. Okay, cover calls is what they're called. Fish lips. That's what fish lips saying. They're called cover calls. Okay. So if you buy shares and sell the premium against them, that's called a cover call. Okay. Yeah. So that's the only options that I've ever done. Because, like I said, I was very new to it. And so it was easy to make like 40 or $50 just putting the shares up. I think the whole time, I think I made like $400 doing it. And I think I only lost my shares one time the whole time that I did it. So, and I think they went up like 50 cents or $1 or something like that. And so someone did the call where they bought my shares for what price that I put them up for. So I basically just lost, the future gains off the shares. There's really nothing to really trade at the moment. Right now, we're just kind of grinding. I mean, I'm okay even if we are not able to find another trade because most of the time I don't even get $100 or $90 in this time of the day. So most of the time I just try to get $50 and walk away. So $50 is usually about what I'm looking for in this time of the night. The only setups that I like was a trend line break back below the 21 EMA or a trade up here above 55 and a retest. And as you can see, that retest did not hold. And so this was a short that we took a loss on a while ago. I want to say Tokyo stays open to almost London session, I think. I'm not sure the time zones, what time they close. I know London, for me, opens at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I don't ever trade London, so. How does it go until 4 a.m.? I have no idea. I liked it to see it go up to, what did we point out a while ago? 440. That's what I would like to see it go. The same with Dan. He's looking for 85 on the S&P. So woo, getting nice pushing. Yeah, I haven't messed with options probably in like 5 years for me, Fish Live. It's been a good long while. Let's see where. Excuse me. Uh, Man, ES is just sitting at 52. Dan over here is looking for 85 up here on the ES. No, he's looking for the New York high or from the AM session. He's looking for the 80 over here. Woo. He's got a while to go. That's one of those trades you just put it on and go to bed and come back and hope it hits. All right, we got a minute left on this candle. Man, even if we can get like 10 points here. Yeah, 56 here. Got to get back above 56. Close above 46. There we go. 20 seconds left on this. So. I'm only going to be in this thing for 3 points, guys. Super small risk here. Less than 5 points, so we're just going to risk 5 points on this trade. almost even 56. If he can't hold 56, I almost just want to get back out of this because, like I said, I feel like 56 is the line in the sand for me for this trade. And this will be my last one for the night. Oh, go, baby. Get us stay above it. Oh, come on. So close. Come on. Nice. Woo. We went in 2 micros that time. That way we didn't have to shoot for the 20 points. We just wanted the 10. So that pushed us back up to 130. Woo, that 56 finally held. Man, I hated that we had to lose that freaking $30 while ago here. This is what we were looking for a while ago. This one was perfect. Look, we barely pushed to 59. Look where this wick hit at, 56 to the T. I mean, it's just like right on it at the 56. I didn't expect that quick of a burst, though. I thought I was going to be grinding just to get 10 points. Let's see where we hit. Let's see, 58. If we stay above 58, we should be good. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong damn charts again. Let's see here. So this is where I got the 55, 56. We're at the top of the AM session here. So you kind of want to see this hold because it has this big wick right here that hopefully it holds here, 56, 55 area. So that's why that was kind of my line in the sand. Let's see what we hit. So we hit the bottom of this candle here, this big bearish candle. So if we can get another push up, we should push through this to move up to 94 would be your next target up. If the 55 holds here, we should get the push through this on the second push. What did the methodical man be saying? Oh, TikTok. I'll be dancing tomorrow morning if it hits. I hope it hits, man. That'd be awesome. Get $17,000. That's insane. Man. This indicator here is, most of the indicators I usually use are all level-based indicators. So basically, I'm just looking for some type of support and resistance. Most of the levels I use here are for targets. So basically what it is, I'm just looking for us to run like the previous highs and lows. This way I don't have to look for them. I just click over to Trading View like, okay, I know the high is sitting up there at 445. Or you can, the AM session was at 408. So, but we already kind of ran that during the New York PM session. So basically we had that push down to the AM low right after lunch, then went all the way back up to the AM high. Definitely a lot cleaner price action this evening. If you can, you had the nice 5-minute bullish candles. This is usually a consolidation candle. And then you had like more or less consolidation. Then you did have a little pullback here. That looks like the really only good pullback that really stood out. All right, so that was going to probably be my last trade of the night. I feel like we got lucky enough to get back what we lost. So tonight we'll finish up 128. Like I said, these are super small accounts. These are only 25Ks. I only start out with $500 in drawdown, so that's why I'm usually just trading 1 or 2 micros on the NQ, because anything more than that, you would just get, it'll just wreck your account. So if you were trading just 1 mini on this or 10 micros, 30 points, it would blow the account. Actually, no, 25 points would blow the account because you're only allowed $500 in drawdown, but it's a static account. So the more money you make, the bigger your drawdown. So the drawdown never moves. So right now we have $973 in drawdown. So, I don't really know. I don't like the sell unless you break back below the 21. So unless you break this trend line and get back below the 21 moving average, I wouldn't be shorting it. We are building up a really nice 5-minute trend line. I mean, look how large this trend line is. I feel like if it does break, you literally could almost target the lows all the way back down to 265. I mean, let's see where the 50% is. So you kind of go look at the bigger picture here. So this was what the bigger move right here. So let's see. So that's the bottom, kind of pulled up here. So this is something else you can look at too. So if you pull fib on this whole leg here, right now we're trapped between the 50 and 60% of this previous big leg here. So this could be, like I said, this could be like the part where we could have a nice sell back down. Not saying we will, but there is that possibility. You almost need to get back above the 60s here and kind of get out of this premium where you know that, hey, this stuff is not going to hold and it's going to continue going higher. But I know in the overnights, the 50% on the fib is pretty solid. So you can almost pull fib on every single leg there is, and it's pretty solid. So here's this leg from here to here. So let's see what that one did. I want to say that one pulls back to the 50% too. Nope, only about, let's see, that was this leg from here to here. So what, it pulled back about 38% before it dropped back down. So I don't pull fib very fast on Quantower either. No, we're probably not going to take any more trades. I feel like if we take any more trades, we're just pushing our luck. Because I usually don't even make this much in the Asia market. Most of the time, I only make like 50 to 70 bucks in the Asia market on this account. I've only been doing the Asia market for about 3 weeks consistently, but I haven't really been streaming it. I've been in this long since 1 p.m. That is just insane, dude. Woo. Dude, I think if you stay above the 60s and 55s, I feel like you can get your target. I don't know about well, let's look at the ES. Where's the ES needs to stay above? Let's look at the ES. Those are the ES charts. So the ES has not hit them yet. So this is what the ES just hit. Look, there's your ES. We just literally hit almost at the top of the. So for the ES, you need to get above 57 since you're trading that ES. $57, $58. Yeah, if the ES can get above 57 and find some printed above that 57, I definitely feel like you could get your push here that you're looking for, Dan. You'll get that. I think you would get that same type price action that the NQ just offered when it broke. So right now, see how the ES broke above? Once we broke above that lunch hour, we got a little bit of bump. This is the NQ. No, we're not going to do any more trades this evening. We're done with trading. So we're just kind of watching charts at the moment. Thank you guys all for the likes and follows tonight. Actually, I was kind of short biased today, but I just trade kind of just whatever the market will offer at the moment. I just trade off levels. So whatever levels are, in the vicinity that we're looking for. So like I said, we just trade, like I said, we're just looking for the highs and lows of the previous trading sessions. So if we can stay above the 55s, we should get a push up to the 408s, or you can target the bottom of this wick. If I was holding along, that's what I would target. So we just hit this wick. The next wick up is going to be this one at 93. No, I've looked at gold before, but I've never traded consistently, so I'm not that familiar with it. So I'm probably just as bad at trading gold as just someone, that's never traded in their life before. So I know that apparently gold has really good movement in the PM session. That's, I hear it from tons of people. I've just never done it. If I do ever try gold, it has to be with like 1 micro, because gold, they're worth a lot of money to trade gold. I know just for 1 mini, it's like $100. You almost need like a big account. Like, I don't think I could ever do gold with these accounts because of the drawdown. I think the drawdown is just way too small. Am I talking too loud? If I am, I didn't mean to. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. I didn't know if I had my microphone turned up too high or something. I don't know who TJR is. Which I don't know a lot of the streamers who do TikTok. Most of the streamers that I've watched trading, mostly all from like YouTube. And even then, I don't usually watch a lot of traders when I'm trading. And the reason I don't do that is because when I've done that in the past, it would actually cause me to get a bias, because I would listen to somebody else. And I understand you're never right all the time when trading. If you can't handle losing trading, it's going to be rough. Losing, you almost have to be losing's part of trading. Like, I take losses all the time. You just gotta minimize your loss. So it's kind of like the loss we took a while ago. It was only like $30. So you're going to take losses. But if you were in a mini, that's like $500. So big difference, depending on the size of your account. Yeah, I know a lot of other YouTubers. They get pretty popular for the controversial type videos. I think that's what sells. Sometimes I think that's why I don't usually. A lot of times you won't, most of the time, like a lot of your bigger YouTubers, that's how they've gotten big, just being super controversial with either other streamers or whatever's going on in the world. Like, I know there's some streamers on TikTok that's all they do is make videos with controversial videos, either about traders or prop firms or anything else that you can think of in the trading community. So, and that's how they built their uh, streaming, just all controversial stuff. I'll have to look them up. It's called JJTJR. Okay. Does he trade the NQ, or what does he trade, Dan? Yeah, I'll have to go check him out. Yeah, I don't think I've ever got to the point where I've been controversial or, overly funny online. Most of the time, whenever I'm streaming and stuff, I focus a lot on the charts and stuff. Is that like the ICT type setups, Dan? Okay. There's a lot of streamers that have gotten pretty big just trading ICT stuff. Successful or not, they get pretty big just trading ICT. He has a huge following. The only thing that I've ever traded that was similar to the ICT setup was probably failed inversions. And that's basically after you run like a low or high, you just, if you go through the gap, you just look for. So for instance, it would be like this here. So we made a high and you push back down. These are called failed inversion gap trades, or failed fair value gap trades. So you make a high, and what you would do is you would short. I haven't really traded these in a while. I used to look for them. So that would be your setup there for this particular setup here. So what you're doing is you're looking for us to run a previous high. Here's your run, your previous high. You're looking for your first gap back down. Here's your gap and your first 5-minute candle, because this is on the 5-minute candle. The first 5-minute candle to close outside the gap, you get short. Yeah, looking for liquidity. You can either call them fair value gaps or imbalance gaps, or whatever you want to call them. I don't even really think much about them, honestly. Most of my stuff is all like support and resistance. Most of the stuff I trade support and resistance. Sorry, I don't understand the whole FG whatever. You don't even really have to think of it as a fair value gap. The easy way to explain it, because that's at the end of the day, that's just a name. So all this gap is means that there was a lot more sellers than buyers. So that means the market wants to push back up here to give the buyers a chance to buy into this, because the sellers pretty much just dominated this whole area. So it's all sellers, sellers, sellers. And the market's like, oh no, we need to go back and give the buyers a chance to buy. So they go back, give the buyers a chance to buy. And then most of the time, the way some of the ICT stuff is that your plan is to pull back into this gap for us to sell back down. Yeah, balance it out. Right, Michael, balance it out. So the buyers and sellers are equal. Yeah. The more dominant ones, if you go look at the higher time frames, so if you like go up to the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and you pull into those unbalanced gaps, most of the time they'll want to fill it in. Uh, which one, Jay? Are you talking about the one that we just had over here? this one here, what this indicator is. Actually, this indicator is called IC pivots and kill zones. Believe it or not, since we're on the ICT thing. I just use it to mark out the highs and lows of the previous sessions. But it's called ICT kill zones and pivots. Is whoever made it, that's what they named it. So, and I guess that's it because you're basically waiting for it to run liquidity, the previous highs or lows. So it's an easier way to see it than really mark it out because you can visually see it. So, and they mark it all out in color for you. So it makes it so easy to see. So a lot of times in the morning, whenever I'm trading, if we're whatever direction we're moving in, I'm like, okay, if we're going short, we're going to be trying to target the previous, say, AM low or the previous PM high, or if you got the London session, but see, we already ran the Asia low there, but we never did run the London low. So you can almost anticipate a sell-off sometime in the next few weeks for us to rerun these London lows because we've just been constantly moving higher and higher. So we have not ran the London lows from yesterday. So maybe tonight we'll get this push up all the way up to 444. Nice for anybody that stays in this trade. Holy crap. We're still moving up. Where are you at on the ES? Did we get above that yet? Nope. The ES is still struggling to get above the 57s. If the ES can close above the 57s, he should start getting that grind. So Dan is he's doing an option trade. So he's looking for us to get above the 880s up there. He's looking for us to run those New York AM highs up there. I actually had a nice 5-minute setup today. You would have to sit through a lot of drawdown though. I mean, look at this 5-minute liquidity thing that we had built up today, starting from yesterday at 7 o'clock. This was their 5-minute trend line. That's kind of what we were pointing out over here. This is why I think that we could possibly sell down later. Ooh, man. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it there. We don't want to be tempted to take any more trades. So as you can see, I got murdered in fees tonight because of I took way too many trades tonight. So I made $200, but after all these fees, I only ended up with 128. That was just from taking a lot of 1 and 2 micro trades because I don't know what the fees are, but they're pretty steep. So I don't even understand why they do fees when we're just trading paper accounts, honestly. So I don't get that. I don't think prop firms should charge fees. Even with funded accounts, they shouldn't be charging fees. To me, they shouldn't charge you fees unless you get a live account. Heck yeah. Dude, you're killing this week, Dan. Man, maybe you need to go start live streaming some option plays or something. Let people watch you trade options. As you enter it, then come back. How long you stay in it? For a week, come back. Okay, we're selling. Oof. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We will be back for the New York AM session. Let's see if we have any news tomorrow. We had a lot of news this morning. So let's see if we have any news so we know to be somewhat careful in the morning. Sorry if I didn't pay attention to my TikTok chop. Oh yeah, I like that too. Fish lips, that 30% range. That's my favorite on the fib. That especially the 20%. Uh, so I usually use the investing.com as far as news goes. So basically, just go to investing.com. This is for anybody that's new to trading. Go over to tools. You select your economic calendar. I'm not sure is I'm not sure if Donald Trump is speaking or not. I don't usually follow political stuff very much. That's today's stuff. But I usually do like to know if he's speaking or Papa Powell speaking because, those two guys can make the market move. No, so we don't really have any news tomorrow. It looks like the Europe has news in the morning at 5 o'clock. So you might get a little bump on the CPI numbers for the Europe in the morning. All right, so Tuesday. Let's check the rest of the week here. Wednesday, that's tomorrow. So we already looked at Wednesday. This would be Thursday. There's more 3-star news in Europe. And okay, so the US is releasing their CPI numbers Thursday. So we'll have a lot of news Thursday morning. Then whatever the European Central Bank's press conference. I think that's kind of like the Papa Powell meeting. So Powell is leaving. So is he retiring or is he just getting replaced? Who selects the Federal Reserve? Is that the president or is that Congress? I know Powell has been there forever. I didn't know how that position worked. Like, I don't know how I've never looked in to see how they get the job. I didn't know if it was like one of those jobs that the Congress has to select you in there. All you know is he's leaving. I guess I can just look that up later to see. And we have core price index Friday morning. So besides tomorrow, we don't have much news, but the next couple days after that, we have some fairly decent news. I know he's been there forever. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how the Federal Reserve guy is selected. I don't know if it's like a bank type thing because, it's the Federal Reserve banks. Do they hire him or if that's Congress or the president? But he's been there, man, through quite a few presidents. So that's why I always thought he had to be elected there or he had to go through Congress or the House or something to get there. For anybody that knows, like, hey, that's how. Let's see. I guess we can just Google it. How does it looks like it's probably by the presidents because it says Jerome Powell became the chair of the Federal Reserve appointed by President Barack Obama in 2012. Well, then he was elevated to the position by Trump. Okay, so I'm assuming every president just re-puts him back in position. So Barack Obama put him there in 2012. Then I guess when Trump became president, he put him back there again in 2018. So I'm assuming it's something that the president puts him there. He must be really good at trading or something because he only gets paid $200,000 a year, but for somehow he's worth like $55 million. Oof. What are we missing, guys? What are we missing? All these people making all that money. That's just insane. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll be back in the New York AM session for a couple hours. Thank you guys for watching over here, Fish Lips. I don't know if we'll be back for tomorrow night. Like I said, man, most of the time the 7, 8 o'clock gets here at nighttime, I'm so unmotivated to think about charts. We did get above that 55. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching.